Oh.
Was fatally shot during a robbery at Rocco's House of Chicken and Waffles, the restaurant in South Los Angeles, according to the LA Times. The Rock has been shot. The Rock was at the restaurant with his girlfriend, who was. Oh man, good morning.
You're doing great.
Yeah,
amazing.
According to the LA Times, The Rock had been at the restaurant with his girlfriend, who had posted the location tagged photo in the since deleted Instagram post. The victim was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead at 1:59 p.m. But in Jersey news, yesterday, a 60-year-old Egg Harbor City man was sentenced to 17 years in state prison for the 1996 aggravated sexual assault of a child and a 2003 endangerment of another, according to the statement from the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office. Brian L. Avis pleaded guilty to the offenses on June 6th. And in local news, 2 bats were found in Montclair, and they have been tested positive for the rabies virus. The bats were both found on Garden Street on September 2nd. Yesterday, the Montclair Township Health Department was notified by the New Jersey Department of Health Lab that the 2 bats have been tested positive. And for the weather today is cloudy, but not with a chance of meatballs. The temperature outside right now is 70 degrees, but expect a high of 80 and a low of 63. And the humidity is up by 92%. We have a chance of showers around 12%, but it's predicted to blow over around 5.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your producer, Larry, here. Sorry, our time machine isn't working again, just like last week. But just to give you a little recap on the weather, we actually accidentally transported to last week, it happens, it's okay. But right now, we have a high of 63, and it is sunny. We have a high of 78 for the day and a low of 63. Expect some partially cloudy skies around 2 o'clock, and the sunset is at 6:57 today. So daylight savings is coming.
Oh my gosh. I've heard they're getting rid of that. Is that true?
Daylight savings? I heard that it didn't pass.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Should.
I could use
They
my.
really should.
Will it be a pretty sunset? I need to know.
Maybe
Yes.
we'll find out later at 6.
I just need them to cut that time skipping back and forth nonsense.
Yeah, I felt that.
Truthfully, when you think about it, it was created for farmers, and I don't think they needed any.
But you know what we do need on this
Sports?
fine morning?
Sports!
We do need some sports. X, what's going on in the sports world?
Sports. All right, let's get it. So last night there was a doubleheader on Monday Night Football. First time for ESPN since they purchased the rights to Monday Night Football. So the red hot Buffalo Bills faced off against the Tennessee Titans, who lost to the Giants last week. So they're 0-1. And let me tell you something. Whew, that was a rough one. And the other game was the local Philadelphia Eagles against the Minnesota Vikings.
Go Eagles!
Here we go. So we got some unbelievable stats for you. It would be an understatement to say these games were not close. The Bills completely obliterated the Titans, 41-7. The perennial MVP candidate, Josh Allen, continues his domination of the league. He was 26 for 38 for 317 yards and 4 TDs with a QBR rating of 87.7. So if you have him in your fantasy team, I know you went to bed sleeping well and sound, knowing that you won your week this weekend. Speaking of amazing fantasy performances, Stephon Diggs is proving to be one of the best wide receivers, if not the best wide receiver in the league this year. His stat line was out of this world by halftime, but he finished with 12 catches, 148 yards, and 3 TDs. It's a big weekend for New York sports, as you can see. And then, as for the Birds game, it was a little bit less of a beatdown, but it was still a beatdown nonetheless. The Eagles had their first home game, and it was a packed house filled with the likes of James Harden, Quentin Brunson, and Bradley Cooper. The Birds didn't disappoint. Jalen Hurts led the team to a 24-7 win, and he went 26 for 31 for 333 yards, 1 TD, and 1 pick. And now in MLB news, it's time to break out the champagne, New York City. Why, you may ask? Because our New York Mets have clinched a playoff spot for October with their win last night. It's the first time the Mets have made it since 2016 and the 10th appearance in 61 years. They did it by beating the Milwaukee Bucks 7-2. Max Scherzer returned to the mound after being on a 15-day IL. And guess what? For 6 innings, he was perfect. No hits, no walks, no runs, no errors. A perfect outing for him, and it led to his 200th career win. Shout out to the Mets. Shout out to Stephen Cohen. Shout out to Showalter. Just let's go Mets. Now back to you guys.
That was some great energy for some sports.
He's so excited
I
about
He's,
it.
am.
he's excited about the Mets. Can you tell?
People can't see, obviously, because they're listening to us, but I have my Mets shirt on. I will be celebrating for the rest of the week. You know, got a big week coming up. The Giants are undefeated. The Yankees may make the playoffs. It's time to be a New York sports fan.
We appreciate the energy because someone's got to give sports some energy. And I'm so sorry. It's not going to be me. I'm not a sports girly.
It'll never be.
But we do love you sports folk out there.
We do.
Shout out to y'all. But since it was a big week for New York, it also has been a big week for Montclair State. Last week on Thursday, September 15th, was our President Koppell's investiture. And we still have so many great interviews to share with y'all. And we had a jam-packed day talking to so many people. So our first interview for today is going to be from President Marchetta Evans from Bloomfield College. And let's hear what she has to say.
On this very special occasion, not only for him, but also for the university as well. It's an exciting day. It's gonna be a big day.
We can't talk because Facebook can hear us.
Dr. Koppell go back to how far back do you guys go? Oh, we just go back
Oh wait, should I not mute the aux then?
I was a new president of Bloomfield. He was a new president. Came over here and met him, and we developed a friendship. As a result,
No,
of that, like 2 brand new presidents.
It's unmuted
for
here.
politicians, you know, thinking we need to
So it
come
should be
together to make sure we support each other.
Now, did you have anything like this when you went into it? And if so, how did it differ? How was it the same?
Well, you know, I haven't seen how it's going to differ yet because we hadn't gotten through the ceremony. But yes, I did. I had an inauguration. I think it was wonderful. I think his will be focused on students as well as the overall community as well. And so I'm looking forward to being part of the day.
Now, exactly what are you looking forward to see today? How do you think this entire day will play out in the end?
One, the focus is on you, the students, right? And that's who Jonathan is. And so focusing on the students, focusing on the vision of next steps, and hopefully taking Montclair State, not hopefully, but he will be taking Montclair State to the next level.
So what are you excited for here at the investiture?
I like to be
Montclair campus? Because I know Montclair has helped Bloomfield College out so much.
Well, one, what I'm gonna say about today is that this is a formal installation of a friend of mine, Dr. Koppell. And it's also for the community as well to come together to really kind of show what Montclair State has to offer. Great visitors that'll be here on campus, focus on the students and the programming and stuff. So being a president of a college, I recognize the importance of this day and what it means going forward. And Jonathan, discussing his vision and strategic plan for Montclair.
Right. And what are your goals moving forward with the relationship between Bloomfield College and Montclair State?
Well, we're very excited about the strategic partnership. We're looking at, again, we haven't looked at all the details of that particular partnership. We're looking at how a smaller institution can be supported by a larger one, but how, again, it's a win-win. My students might want a smaller environment, not necessarily doing a 20,000 campus. Sometimes students need that, but have the resources and support and the faculty quality on both sides, that we can be just a supportive partner for each in the process.
Awesome. And, we got some news recently about healthcare insurance
minutes.
increasing for government workers here in the state of New Jersey. And curious about the impact on that for employees for both universities, if it has any impact on them as well.
Honestly, I don't know the answer to that question. Anytime that healthcare is increased, it's not a good thing. At Bloomfield College, the majority of my students are first generation, meaning the first in their family to go to college. 32%, the median family income for my students is just $32,000. So any kind of increase in healthcare, any kind of care, daycare or whatever, it significantly impacts the success of them being able to pursue higher education.
Now, we are part of the radio station here on campus. Have you ever been involved in college radio before?
Yes, I have. We actually have a partnership with WBGO on our campus. And so we're excited about that. I've done several interviews, really big sports fan. And so they've brought me in as kind of the sports president. And so, yes, I love college radio.
Oh my goodness, that is so exciting. Also sports. Now, if you were a DJ at WMSC right now, what songs would you put on the radio?
Ooh, so I'm old school. So I go back to Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston. I love smooth jazz, not the traditional classic jazz, but smooth jazz. So Boney James. So I love music, period. My family, we had to, number one, learn how to play the piano from the South. That was one of the things.
I'm from the South too. I'm from North Carolina. Yes.
So that was one of the things that my grandmother made sure that we knew. I have siblings that have degrees in music. So again, music is the first thing I do when I get up in the morning and the last thing I do when I go to bed at night. So
that is awesome. And do you have any words of encouragement for him as he continues his role here at Montclair State?
Most definitely. I'm going to actually be speaking, doing the investiture as one of his keynote speakers. And one of the things that I've noticed about Jonathan is he's such a hard worker. He's passionate about the mission of the university. He's passionate about the students and them being successful, getting them in, getting them graduated, and getting them employed in a job in their major, which is extremely important, right? So again, just keep the faith, keep the work, the great work up, and know that you have friends in the community that are here to support you.
Awesome. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay cool out here. I know it's hot.
I'm coming from Texas, San Antonio. So this is a beautiful day.
Awesome. Well, I will see you and hear you speak at the ceremony. Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Evans.
Thank you.
That was a great interview from Marquita Evans of Bloomfield College. Up next, we have Lorraine Koppell, who is the stepmother of Dr. Koppell. And this is what she has to say on what the vibes were like for Investiture Day.
Hi.
Ask Lorraine, right?
Yes, Lorraine Coyle. And I've known Jonathan since he's 6 years old.
Wow.
And the first time I met Jonathan, actually, we went ice skating with Oliver, Carla, Jonathan, and me. And from then, so I know Jonathan now almost 50 years. I've been there for, his bar mitzvah, for his high school graduation, college graduation. I've been there through all the time. And he's really developed into just a spectacular human being, as I'm sure you have found out at this university. I mean, it's really, he loves being here. When he was coming here, he was very enthusiastic. But even since then, every time I talk to him about this university, it's like a new day is dawning on him and he comes up with something else. And he's so excited to be here. And I hope the students are excited to have him here because I think he's going to do great things here. And I think the university is good for him because he sees an opportunity to do really good stuff here. And so far, we've been pretty impressed with this university, I must say. We've only been here a few times, and every time I come here, I say, wow, you're the president of this university. That's really cool stuff.
I just talked to him earlier today. The students welcome him, appreciate him, and love him also because he's always involved with the students.
Yeah.
And that's something that really matters to us.
Oh,
So
that's who he is. That's who he is, and that's who he wants to be. And it works. It works for the school and it works for Jonathan. Yeah, he's always involved. He's always had a sense, I know it sounds trite, and I said this before, of making the world a better place. And that's true of a lot of people. I'm not saying Jonathan is unique in that regard, but it's a true passion that the people who don't have as much as some other people have, that they have the opportunity to advance. And whether it's at this university or in any part of his life, he just likes to bring people up, and that's who he is. And I'm proud of him. It's, as I said, it's not my DNA. I'm sorry, it's not my DNA, but his mother and father have done a very good job with him.
awesome. Y'all enjoy your day. I might see you around. I won't bombard you with questions again, but nice meeting you so much.
Shout out to Lorraine Koppell for providing that insight, and shout out to the Koppell family for providing that support system that he needed to be the president that we very much so adore and love and appreciate on this campus. We're going to go on a quick little break here on the Morning Buzz, and when we come back, we have another interview with Marjorie Coleman Carter, the Dean of Students here at Montclair State. Stay tuned. Dean of Students here at Montclair State.
I'm Marjorie Coleman Carter, and I serve as the Associate Vice President for Student Development and Campus Life and the Dean of Students here at the university. Very nice to meet you.
It is wonderful to meet you too
Yes, ma'am.
today.
Yes, ma'am.
And something really important that's happening this month is Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes.
I-
absolutely.
I know our university prides itself on its diversity. What are some things that we are doing to increase the inclusivity of the campus, increase representation, and provide, services for our Latino students?
Okay. Well, there are a number of things that are happening. I think by virtue of the fact that the university has these services already in place, I think is what has contributed to our recognition as a Hispanic serving institution, right? In order to get that recognition, a university has to have in place already services and people, programs and activities that support our students of color, and particularly our Hispanic students.
How are you?
So I think that this year in particular, we are focused on belonging, helping all of our community to feel a sense of belonging, and that there's things that are going to be occurring throughout the year. We're looking at first generation centers and programs to work with students and their families who have never gone to college before. And I know that we're looking at our faculty recruitment, and we continue again to do very well with our student recruitment for students of Hispanic heritage. And I really do believe that with the things that we already have in place, there are a number of other, which I cannot specifically say, but there are a number of initiatives that are happening at the university that will continue to enhance our programs and our activities and our desire to recruit and retain our Hispanic students.
And outside of the Montclair State community that you're a part of, what are some things you do in your personal life to get involved in the community you live in, you belong to?
Well, I don't live in this particular community, but I'm very involved. I'm from Monmouth County. I'm very involved with my community, and particularly faith-based communities, really working with youth and children and young adults on educational initiatives. So those are some of the things that I have time to do, but being the Dean of Students is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job.
I can imagine. And you know what, in your free time, I'm sure you listen to music sometimes.
I do.
So if you were a DJ at the radio station right now, what songs would you be playing?
I'm gonna be honest with you, R&B. I think there's messages in R&B. I like jazz. I like some hip hop. I think hip hop has some good messages in it as well. But I'm a baby boomer, so R&B for me, and pop music is good too. So I would definitely be spinning some Temptations, some Stevie Wonder, okay, getting down with some Isley Brothers, the place. Yes.
Awesome. You have a wonderful day here. Thank you so much.
All the best with the radio station. All right, take
Thank
care.
you.
I'll say Dean Carter has got the right idea with playing the Temptations here on 90.3 WMSC. But moving on, we have a very, very special interview to end off our cluster of interviews for today. So this university stays with you for a really, really long time. And here at the station, I don't know about y'all, but this experience will always stay with me for a very, very long time. And that goes the same for Ed Fileski, who is of the class of 1968. And here's what he has to say during Dr. Koppell's investiture day.
This was the best experience of my life. And it set the groundwork for me going on for a master's and 2 doctorates after that. So the education I got here was second to none. And unfortunately for you all now, in those days, it was very inexpensive.
I was about to ask, most college students today could not afford college on their own.
In here, thanks to the state of New Jersey, the tuition my freshman year was $75 a semester.
No way.
It went up by my senior year to $125 a semester. And of course, in those days, books were much cheaper. I had some heart palpitations a while back when I saw that a biology book cost over $300. So
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. What was one of your best experiences here at Montclair when you were still a student?
oh my gosh, there are so many. I mean, telling Ellie and Susan and the professor that we had the greatest faculty you would ever imagine. The doors were always open, always open to you. And even the main administration, Dean Blanton, who was a real live person at the time, always had time for you. You would come in and just knock on the door and come on in, you know, if you wasn't absolutely busy. Okay. Best thing, I guess in my best experience would have to be analytical chemistry, the whole course. There's not just one thing. It was a whole aggregation of things that just made this, it was essentially one big family, and we all got along very well and had just a wonderful learning experience here.
That is incredible. And can I get your name, your title, what you do?
Ed Fileski, I have MD and a PhD, and I was military for 32 years, both Army and Air Force, and I finished up as Chief of Medical Staff of the 12th Medical Group. So,
Awesome. And if you were in the radio station right now, DJing the board, what songs would you play?
oh my goodness. I can't even think right now. Honestly, all my music is back in the 60s, so I'd have to pull back for there, but I just really couldn't give you one. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Does being back on campus bring back memories of old times?
It does to a certain degree. You all hid my old buildings or took them away. It's getting used to this. See, where we're standing now was a quadrangle. It was a big oval space, and there was the auditorium, and I believe up that way was a student union, which I don't know if it's there anymore. Okay, and Mallory and Finley Hall were over there, and of course the old main building was right where it always was. But we had two or three wooden World War II temporary buildings here.
That is crazy.
And they were left over from training pilots or navigators or something from that time. I was just saying before, in the basement of Finley Hall, there were several leftover Link trainers from that time where they taught the pilots how to. So we would go there for lectures, and we had some professors who were almost like rock stars. They were so good. They had this following around them. So the history professors, and since I was in biology, I would sneak in there to listen to their lectures, and we'd sit on the floor because it had sort of tiers of wooden steps, and the fire marshal would come in and throw us out because we exceeded the safe capacity of the building, and this was constant. He'd be there a couple times a day chasing people out.
That is amazing. It's so cool to hear the memories of alumni as someone, who's only been here for a year.
Oh my.
I
hope you have half as good a time as I did. And I'm sure when you leave here, you'll find out you had a top-notch education.
Yeah, so great talking to you. Enjoy your day. Stay cool out here, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Thank you so much to Ed Fileski for providing that insight. It's so crazy to look back to see how far Montclair State has come over the years. And we're just going to go much, much further with Dr. Koppell's leadership. Dr. Koppell, you are our only hope. And on that note, we're going to take a little break here on the Morning Buzz. And with that being said, here's The Only Hope for Me Is You by My Chemical Romance. Morning Buzz. We had a lot of great interviews, but now it's time for our regularly scheduled programming and to get into these stories we have for you today. And our first story goes to Puerto Rico as Hurricane Fiona rips through the DR and Puerto Rico as well. So today, Hurricane Fiona is continuing to its ruinous path after devastating Puerto Rico and flooding rain, then ripping through the DR, where more than 1 million people were left without running water and dozens of homes were destroyed. According to CNN, nearly 800 people were brought to safety by emergency workers in the Dominican Republic. The eye of the hurricane slammed into the nation yesterday, battering communities with maximum sustained winds of 90 miles per hour. That's after the storm wreaked havoc across Puerto Rico Sunday and into Monday, leaving the U.S. territory in a blackout and bringing destruction Lara not seen on the island of since Hurricane Maria in 2017. At least 3 people have died in the severe weather, including 1 in the French territory of Guadalupe and 2 in Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, a 58-year-old man was swept away by a swollen river behind his home in Comerío, and another man in his 30s died in a fire accident that occurred while he was trying to put gasoline in his generator while it was turned on. This situation is really, really bad, and I'm really hoping that the U.S. is going to provide resources to these countries, specifically Puerto Rico because it's a Commonwealth, but more so both because we lacked in that area last time something like this happened. How do y'all feel about this situation?
I feel as though we do need to bring them that support because we have not in the past, brought the proper support. And, we have the resources to help them. So why are we not?
I think that the only reason why we may not or aren't doing it as quick as possible is because so many countries are being hit by different things simultaneously. So I heard on the news today that Japan was hit with same thing, monsoon rains and landslides, and then this last afternoon or the other day, Taiwan was hit with a 7.5 earthquake. So I think that the president is probably sitting in his room right in his Oval Office right now thinking like, how do we divulge cash to each country because they're all allies or business partners with us. So
yeah, that's very true. We're sending all love to those affected by Hurricane Fiona,
of course,
and we have to move on to our next story as well, which is also pretty sad. Gab, do you want to take it?
I mean, we send our love to PR, DR, and we also send our love to England because the Queen has passed. If you didn't already know, I feel like everyone has known that. And the funeral service happened. So there's some takeaways and some moments. So we're going to quickly bring those up. The citizens of the UK, they're obviously still mourning the Queen. I mean, she was Queen for forever. The late Queen's state funeral took place at London's Westminster Abbey yesterday, and it's following 10 official days of national mourning. Only 10. Attending were the late monarch's closest family members, as well as some 500 world leaders and foreign dignitaries. In total, 2,000 guests bid farewell to Britain's longest reigning monarch. Hundreds of thousands of mourners flooded the streets and parks of the capital, capital city, while millions tuned in online. Queen Elizabeth made her final journey back to Windsor Castle, where she is to be buried alongside her late husband, Prince Philip. President Biden attended with First Lady Jill Biden, and was the only leader who allowed to arrive at the Queen's funeral in a private vehicle. Interesting. A 2-minute silence was observed across UK to mark the end of the Queen's funeral. Crowds watching the funeral on the screens in Hyde Park and other royal parks stood in silence to honor the Queen. Inside Westminster Abbey, the end of silence was followed by the singing of God Save the King. So that was the funeral service. There's going to be 10 days of that. And I think that's a lot of days to honor the Queen.
That's very, very true. Thank you for that update. We'll keep y'all posted if there's any more in terms of mourning the Queen. Now we're moving on to some COVID news. Dr. Fauci is saying that we are not where we need to be after Biden declares that, quote, the pandemic is over. So Anthony Fauci, the nation's top infectious disease expert, said yesterday that the US is not where it needs to be regarding the coronavirus pandemic. This happened the day after an interview with President Biden was broadcast in which Biden said that the pandemic is over. In a talk with the Center for Strategic and International Studies, Fauci, Biden's top COVID-19 advisor, who last month announced his pending retirement from the government, said that much depends on how the country handles future virus variants. According to The Hill, he noted that the country is still experiencing more than 400 daily deaths due to COVID-19, though that number is down from a year earlier. The Hill has reached out to the White House for no further comment. In a 60 Minutes interview that ran Sunday, Biden, who recently recovered from a COVID-19 breakthrough case, told CBS News correspondent Scott Pelley that the country seems to be in good shape to move past the pandemic phase. Biden said, quote, the pandemic is over. We still have a problem with COVID. We're still doing a lot of work on it. But the pandemic is over. If you notice, no one's wearing a mask. Everybody seems to be in pretty good shape. And so I think it's changing. And I think this is a perfect example of it. I think this is a really controversial statement coming from Biden. I feel like there's a lot of mixed feelings on whether the pandemic is really over for a lot of people, just because one, it's caused a lot of trauma. Two, we still have cases happening left and right, especially on our own campus. So yeah, you would think.
LOL.
In this
I-
very room.
I have opinions about this.
How do you
So basically, just because people aren't wearing masks and it is getting better doesn't mean like it's just over. Like as somebody who literally just got over COVID, yes, world, I had it, I'm alive. I was sick in bed. So I mean, like the flu never disappeared, COVID's not disappearing anytime soon. I wouldn't say the pandemic's over. I would say it has definitely calmed down a ton. Although as for what Fauci said, where he said we're not where we need to be, it's a pandemic. There's really no specifics on where we should be when, it's a disease. There's really no, you can't be like, and on September 25th, the COVID's just over.
That's
we're
true.
not, it needs to be over. That's not how that works.
I
He had
feel
the
like-
power. He just basically called COVID and said,
And
listen,
it's
you're
done.
done. That's it. It's
I
finished.
think he's coming from the perspective of, I think because he also worked with the Trump administration, which arguably mishandled the beginning part of COVID and the pandemic, that he's probably disappointed with how he probably envisioned our progress. Like not in the sense of like setting a real date or anything, but in more so in the sense of like, he probably had a vision for how this was going to go and it probably didn't go as planned for him. That's kind of how I'm interpreting this. But regardless of such, I think it's still valid to say that improvement can be made.
Oh, for sure.
But
But
we're not back in 2020 and people aren't dying as often and left and right as it
Yeah.
was back in 2020, which we are all very grateful for. But like you said, I wouldn't say the pandemic is over. It's
yeah,
just
and
different.
Something might not have gone to your plan. Trust me, it was to none of our plans.
Right.
Nobody wants it.
Real.
Yeah.
But unfortunately that's life. And where we
That's
need to be. Yeah, no, we're not where we need to be, but neither is the rest of the world. You go to other countries and everybody's still masked up on a Sunday. Like everyone, like I promise you,
Double masked up
I
on a
can-
Tuesday.
they're literally double masked up on a Tuesday. And
All right.
so, we're not where we need to be, no, but neither is the rest of the world. So unless you're Australia. I think
Real.
it's Australia. Right?
And I do think he makes a good point in saying that how we handle future variants is going to kind of determine whether we are where we need to be and whether we're really going to take it seriously. But stay tuned for that.
There's no way we're going to take it seriously in my mind.
No,
I don't think so.
probably.
We have so much division on things in this country.
Yeah, and it's the pain, but it's also the beauty of this country is that everybody's got different opinions.
Yeah.
So it's like a
One day we'll
Ah.
figure it out and get on the same page.
no,
but
we won't. Come on.
Will not happen.
Gonna happen.
But you know what will change?
minimum wage. All right. So New Jersey's minimum wage is about to increase again in 2023 because you know what? If you didn't already know, it's supposed to increase every year until it hits $15. So because prices of many goods are higher this year compared to the last, New Jersey's minimum wage will not increase by just $1. Oh, no, as it had in the past couple of years. According to New Jersey 101.5 FM, the New Jersey Department of Labor and Workforce Development announced yesterday that the state's wage floor will increase by $1.13. Yes, it will, from $13, which it currently is, and it will increase to that amount, like 14, 13, on January 1st. Yes, guys, the beginning of the new year, we're getting $1.13 more. Minimum wage law signed by Governor Phil Murphy in 2019 calls for the eventual increase to $15 in 2024, as I had stated previously. And under that law, the wage increases $1 each year or more, like it is this year, if warranted due to significant increases in the consumer price index. The Department of Labor noted once the statement's minimum wage hits $15, it'll continue to be adjusted on an annual basis, depending on the movement of the CPI. Under the law, seasonal and small employers have until 2026 to hit a minimum wage of $15. Minimum wage for these workers will increase from $11.90 to $12.93 on January 1st. The cash wage for tipped workers will increase to $5.26 per hour. So this is awesome, of course, because money, but also not awesome because, well, the fact that we need more money.
That's real.
That the real point and everything is that prices are going up and have gone up. Oh, they've gone up. And we have to be able to afford that. But at least they're kind of compensating somewhere. I mean, it's 13 cents.
That's
so
what
it's
money
not something to go crazy about.
Yeah, money is so tricky because it's just like things get expensive and then everybody wants more money. But then when they give us more money, things get more expensive to just broaden the gap. And
just a running game.
It's really, that's what it is. It's not very equitable, but hopefully, at least for the early stages, it still feels a little nice until we end up.
It's nice to have that little victory of, woo, $1.13.
Yeah.
I will say, though, that the reason why when we get money and prices keep going up low key, it's because we spend. We're in inflation. And even if we are given money, please, people, stop going to Starbucks.
If you feel like it, I'm not
going to
like,
Starbucks,
to each their own, but
I'm still gonna go.
Hi, it's a little gremlin in the corner, Lara, that I felt that was a personal attack. Exactly, but it's okay.
I mean,
I'm
not a
Christian girl. Fall extra could you?
Listen, I'm not a Starbucks person. I don't like coffee. I don't drink.
Pumpkin spice season.
I understand, guys,
You
but
can
like
attack everybody else.
I'm just
but not
saying.
Christian girl.
I'm saying inflation is at 8.3. It's the highest it's been at in like 40 years.
Sacrifice my purchases that I make at Target.
So
But
nail tech won't be called today?
Oh no, my nail tech is getting called. These babies are long.
No blows happening from you.
Maybe you should not buy tickets to your Mets games.
I haven't in a while. But that's gonna be kind of hard with the pennant race going on. I'm just saying.
Oh, but that's okay.
The boys need me.
It's gonna be hard.
The boys need me.
You.
The boys need me.
My body. I need caffeine. And I need my trips to the store.
Hey, I'm telling you, I need to go see Pete Alonso hit a bunch of home runs this.
And I need to go walk around Target aimlessly and Target tell me what to buy.
Oh my God, they're very good at that. I love Target.
That has such a grip on our society.
because I grew up in a small town, Terry, which means my idea of fun is going to the store
or going to the mall. For anybody that's live in those small towns, the mall is like the clutchest place to go.
Where my places to
No,
be.
seriously. In South Jersey, you're either choosing Target, the Deptford Mall, or the Cherry Hill Mall,
or the Walmart if you're
or
feeling
the
it.
parking lot of any of those other options.
Shout out to Warren County and the Bridgewater Mall. Very good mall. 3 levels. Perfect.
levels.
Yeah, you can spend all
That's-
day walking
oh,
around up and
That's
down.
good. No, but yeah, why do you think we have the American Dream Mall? Because
New
people
Jersey
love
loves to
capitalism.
spend.
We love capitalism.
American dream, greatest country in the world.
Hey,
USA.
we still on top for the little bit that we got, so we gotta keep it running.
Because it's working, because we're getting excited over $1.30.
Yes.
$1.13.
Oh,
$1.13.
$1.17, sorry, it was less. I overestimated them.
You're really getting everybody.
She
hyped
was
there for
really
a second.
trying to get everybody happy. Like,
He
what?
said, buy those
$1.30?
17 cents that what Gabby just said.
I know, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to tease y'all out there in radio land, but
I know y'all were like 30 cents. Yeah, doing a little dancey dance.
No,
Never mind.
I'm gonna let y'all out there celebrate your $1.13 while we go on a break. We will be back with our favorite segment of the week, Tunes on Tuesday with Emily, Emo,
We miss.
McCormack, whom we miss very, very much.
Emo.
Stay tuned.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court
Hi, Facebook. Hi, Facebook. We are back on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and we are going to get into our favorite segment of the week. Emo, are you out there? Emo is on Zoom. Emo. It makes sense.
That's where it comes from. Hi.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. We miss you.
We
How
miss
are
you.
I miss you all. We're coming at you live from my dorm room today. That's how it be sometimes, but it's okay because I am still here to report the tunes of the Tuesday to all of you today.
We're so grateful. We're so
Of
grateful. What's
She's
going on in
living.
music land?
So what's going on? So Tunes on Tuesday is our weekly new music show curated by the music team here at WMSC. This week's interview is with pop punk band Yet to Bloom, interviewed by our Wednesday Buzz newscaster, Aiden Ivers. The band talks about what inspired and led them to play their roles in the group, and talk about their personal music history and how they came together to form Yet to Bloom via Instagram polls. The band talks about their preferred musical genres, the lyric writing process, and their experiences performing at Berkeley, powering through musical inspiration blocks, and utilizing personal struggles to enhance the message of their songs. They discuss their latest single, People Pleaser, which came out on September 16th, so you could go check that out if you want to. It's out now. They also have multiple unreleased singles for everyone to look forward to. Music from Yet to Bloom, Joe P, Dummy, Maddie Zom, on Tunes on Tuesday, which airs at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
You can listen in for new music and good vibes. And if you missed last week's episode, no need to worry. All episodes of the show are available on our website, wmscradio.com.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they have yet to
Emo.
bloom.
They're
They
not
won't
blooming.
bloom.
They're working on the
No,
blooming.
They're
not
not
yet.
gonna bloom until Tunes on Tuesday today.
I mean,
Yeah,
we are
yeah.
going into the winter
Oh.
time, so it would be understandable why they don't bloom.
Why they are yet to bloom.
They're waiting
Well,
for the perfect time, and
I
it's not
mean,
yet.
They're waiting for spring.
Laura in the corner wants to remind everybody it is autumn.
It's pumpkin spice season.
Is it? Wait, is today the first day of autumn? Or is that
Oh.
tomorrow?
Maybe.
Wait, because now we're on a whole new level. Wait, pause.
Wait,
I'm wearing my first sweater.
Wait, guys,
I'm very
it's
comfortable.
Thursday,
with it.
will we?
Thursday. It's
Shout out
so
to
winter.
the sweater weather. I definitely think I'm gonna
Sweater
pull out
weather.
for the next show. I'm gonna come in with my Mr. Rogers cardigan.
Dude,
Amazing.
on Friday.
Shout out the
not
neighborhood.
not to steal the weather from later on, but
Steal it.
Friday is gonna be like 60 something degrees.
Woo!
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to
This is the
wear
best time of
pants.
the year because
Ooh.
I get the dress. In the summertime,
Exactly.
it's just shorts
Yeah.
and
Do you see me
t-shirts.
now in a t-shirt?
Am
Oh.
I actually hearing a group of people who enjoy sweater weather?
I
Yes,
love sweater
I
weather.
love
Finally.
sweaters.
I
love
am surrounded by
sweaters.
too many people who are upset about the weather getting colder, and I
Ugh.
will not stand for it. I
like
absolutely
the
love
weather
the
is
cold.
perfect. The weather is perfect when it's between 50 degrees and 65 degrees.
But
That's the vibes.
there is
That's
one
beautiful.
downfall. As a guy, it's only good if you're single because your girl will take every sweater, every hoodie, every long sleeve, and then before you know it, you're back to dressing like it's summertime, and you don't know where any of that stuff went.
Why don't you take their clothes back?
You know what? I might have to do that.
Start-
Just start
Crop
stealing
tops
like
and
crop
booty shorts.
tops and booty shorts.
That
so
sounds
funny.
really great.
Imagine.
With Yet to Bloom playing in the background.
Yet
Yes.
to bloom,
Of
ready to
course.
bloom.
Ready to bloom in our in-between seasons and such.
They seemed so cool, Yet to bloom. I won't lie. I was like on their socials and I was like, they're so cool.
What's the vibe, would you say? Is there like music genre emo? I know you talked about it like a little bit, but what would you say for people who don't know them?
So I saw they were described as pop punk, and I would
I
say so
love pop
far
punk.
I could totally see that. I honestly have to check them out a little bit more. But there's never been an interview by Aiden Ivers that hasn't been by an artist that I've found to love. So definitely gonna check them out a little bit more.
I love pop punk. It makes me happy.
Mhm.
It makes
Yes.
me thrive. That is my winter and fall music, which means it's my pop punk era.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, my longest friendship of my life, or moving into the area. He's in a pop punk band, lead singer.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to Sucker Punch.
Oh, wow.
Love you, Chris.
Wow.
Love you, Chris. I know you're probably not listening. You're sleeping, but love you, bud.
Shout out,
Love you.
Chris.
I'm gonna need to listen to all of this new music because
Mhm.
You're in luck because
really?
we are going to
Am I?
share with you one of Yet to Bloom's songs, People Pleaser, right now.
Oh, let's go.
Stay tuned. here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Hi,
Upper
Zoom.
Montclair.
Hi, Zoom land. I always forget to unmute you. So sorry. But you just heard a little snippet of People Pleaser by Yet to Bloom. I really like that, y'all.
That was really good.
That was super, super good. And now we are getting into our second hour, which is our messy hour, our super fun hour, our really entertaining hour.
It's because you're messy.
It's because we're messy. We're very, very messy.
No, I don't want to explain the joke.
It's an inside joke. We're gonna keep it inside.
I know inside jokes are bad, but we are messy.
We do be messy.
I'm
but,
sorry.
you know-
Annabella, don't fire me.
Before we get into the messy hour, though, we gotta get into our news updates, our sports updates, starting with Riley. What's
Okay.
Riley Cooper.
Yeah, let me
Cooper.
bring you back to reality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no time traveling.
We're back to reality. Okay, so according to NBC News, Democrats have pulled even with the Republicans ahead of November's midterm elections, fueled by 6 and 10 votes who disapprove of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. President Joe Biden's approval rating improving to its highest mark since October, and by Donald Trump's favorability rating dropping to its lowest point in more than a year. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So now in Jersey, we got, according to the federal data, Newark Library International Airport reported more than 3 flights arrived or departed late from January to June. After a rough start for the first few months of the year, things only got worse in May and June. But in the recent months, planes have been arriving on time. And finally, for Jersey 2, Cooper University Hospital in Camden will undergo a massive $2 billion exposition that could take a decade to complete and will increase the number of people the facility will be able to treat. The project's announcement yesterday includes Governor Phil Murphy and his predecessor, Governor Chris Crystal, officials. Yup.
It's all good.
Yeah,
You're doing great.
the investment as the largest history of Camden City, often considered one of the nation's most underserved. And finally, the weather for today is sunny with a high temperature of 65 degrees. Today, expect a high of 78 and 63 with partially cloudy skies around 2 p.m. And tomorrow, we have sunny skies with a high of 78 and a low of 63. Thursday has a 50% chance of showers with a high of 73 and a low of 55. Ending the week off, Friday, we have a high of 61 degrees and a low of 50. I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm definitely ready for fall weather.
Sweater weather.
Well, sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather. It's also time for sports time. Sports weather.
Sports.
Sports weather.
What's next?
All right, let's get it. So last night we had our double header for Monday Night Football. It's only the second time ESPN had done it in a while since purchasing Monday Night Football. And the teams that were playing were the red hot Buffalo Bills, who faced off against the Tennessee Titans, and our local Philadelphia Eagles took on the Minnesota Vikings on Monday night. It would be an understatement to say these games were not close, but the Bills game specifically was a complete embarrassment. The Bills completely obliterated the Titans 41-7. And the perennial MVP candidate, hands down in most people's vote right now, Josh Allen, continues his absolute tear through the league. He was 26 of 38 for 317, 4 TDs, and a QBR of 87.7. It's not a perfect one, but good enough to get the dub. So if you had him in fantasy, I know you went to bed thinking there is no way that the person I'm playing is catching me, and they probably didn't. So congratulations for you winning your weekend league. I lost because of the other person on the Bills team, Stephon Diggs, who is proving to be the number 1 receiver in the league this year. His stat line was out of this world by halftime, and he finished with 12 catches, 148 yards, and 3 TDs. Shout out to my fantasy league. Tim Allen, you really beat me up this week. As for the Birds, there was a little less of a beatdown there, but it was still a beatdown. They really went into the Vikings this time with a packed house, having James Harden, Quentin Brunson, Bradley Cooper, and a plethora of other celebrities in the house. And guess what? The Birds put on a show. Jalen Hurts had a great game, proving that he is the new QB1 that the Eagles really needed. He went 26 for 31 and hit angel numbers with 333 yards. 1 TD and 1 pick, but he got the dub. So shout out to the Birds. I'm a Giants fan, but we're all undefeated here. And now for the most important news, still getting tickets in the MLB. We need to break out the champagne in New York City, specifically Queens. And the reason why is our New York Mets are going to the playoffs. First time since 2016. 10th appearance in 61 years. Let's go. They did it by beating the Milwaukee Bucks last night 7-2. Max Scherzer was on the mound for the first time since he was on the IL for 15 days. And this man was out of this world. The nickname Mad Max makes sense because he pitched 6 perfect innings leading to his 200th career win. So shout out to the Mets for doing everything to get into the playoffs. But in our important news, which is our school news, we do have some games coming up, guys. Hopefully you guys all go out to them. We have if you can, the men's soccer team will be playing against Penn State Abington tonight at 7 p.m. And the women's volleyball team will be playing against Ramapo College at 7 p.m. So shout out to our sports teams. Go get those dubs, boys and girls. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
It's because one, we got great energy for sports from X, and we also have a human B-board, Gabi Lutz. So like, why need
We're a
sound
combo.
effects?
We
when
need
we have
no sound effect board because Gabi can do it all.
Gabi's
We
so
are-
versatile.
We're a
I know.
perfect little combo. I'm just gonna do that every week. Talk about the birds.
See that bing bong right now? That was Gabi.
I know.
Hey, it's important. It's important. It's important right now to bing bong it up with the Mets, man. Hopefully the Yankees will fill it out too and get into the playoffs. There we go. There we go.
I just want to say when you said red hot buffaloes,
I think of wings.
I immediately thought of wings, and all I want are some boneless wings right now to just like pop in my mouth.
Oh, Buffalo
Like-
Wild Wings. The Buffalo Wild Wing hot wings. That would be really good.
I just really could go for some hot wings right
I
now.
really don't rock with B-dubs. I'm so sorry.
No, I can't rock with Wingstop because it makes my stomach go woo.
I mean, I guess the best alternative
Make
would
your
be
heart happy.
I think
No, actually, but
Then
B-dubs
I'm so sorry
does.
to you then.
the best alternative then is to make your own wings with what is it called? The truff sauce?
Oh, I'm not sure what that is.
Truff-
Truffle sauce?
No, it's not called. The company name I think is called Truff, but they make like all different type of sauces. And I have a friend who loves their hot sauce.
Really? I just love
Loves
hot
their
sauce. Period.
That's so true.
Like
That's
I
so
could
real.
I could eat hot sauce.
Are you like Beyonce and keep hot sauce in your bag?
I wish I did. I
Oh.
should probably start doing that.
You really
Because if
should.
I'm being honest, like I could just eat hot sauce alone.
Honestly,
That's a talent.
I love
That would be a talent.
I could never do.
I love heat. I don't love heat like temperature wise, but I love like
In
food heat.
all honesty, I love my stomach more because I'm an IBS girly. But to each their own.
You know, I just
know if I know you're drinking hot sauce on the daily, maybe I won't be coming to your apartment and because I know that bathroom. But like, regardless, you just tell here.
I love hot sauce because it's messy. And
Yeah,
because
I love hot sauce.
Because we're messy. But I heard that if you like hot stuff, like hot sauce and stuff, those aren't actual spices like salt and pepper. The only reason why we like it is because it activates our pain.
I love that.
Yeah,
Pain
I
tolerance in
love
our
pain.
mouth. So it's so like
I love pain.
if you like hot
Yeah.
food or hot
I
sauce,
just don't like
you
myself.
just like
Don't
putting
like
yourself in pain. Yeah.
Just like
You just like pain. That's really what it is.
So as you can see, we've already gotten very delusional and crazy here on our second hour. So let's put that energy towards something a little crazier, I would say.
Am I
wrong?
Am I in the wrong?
Am I even wrong?
So, our second favorite segment next to emo segment, because we love emo more.
Emo is amazing.
But Gabby, do you want to explain what Am I in the Wrong
Okay,
is?
so if you don't know what Am I in the Wrong is, where have you been? But if
Real.
you do know what Am I in the Wrong is, it's basically when we deep dive into the world of Reddit and messy situations. Because these people are messy.
Oh, yeah.
Disclaimer, these stories are not our personal experiences. These stories are from users on Reddit, but we get to decide, are they in the wrong?
Yeah.
I guess we're going to find out. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Am I in the wrong for refusing to take my daughter to my ex-husband's wedding? I might say yes. I, 42 female, and my ex-husband, 45 male, and I were together for 20 years. We had a beautiful daughter together, Jocelyn, who is 14 and a female. We got a divorce 5 years ago due to infidelity on his part. I was devastated. To make matters worse, he ended up in a relationship with the woman he cheated on me with. They got engaged 1 year later and are set to be married in 2 weeks. Honestly, I am still heartbroken over my divorce. However, Jocelyn was only 9 when we divorced, and he's a great father, so I would never want to come in between their bond. Jocelyn loves his fiance, and as she's very sweet to her, but she doesn't know the reason why her dad and I divorced. I want to tell her when she's a bit older, and he doesn't want to tell her at all. Anyways, I compromised with him that Jocelyn could come to the wedding, but that he would have to provide transportation to and from the wedding, as I want no part of it. I don't want to drop my daughter off at his wedding, so I don't want to see all the decorations and the happy guests, and it'd just be too much for me. I didn't tell him all of that, obviously, but he agreed. Today, he calls me and asks me if he can ask for a huge favor. It turns out that his future in-laws are flying in the morning of the wedding, and he has to go pick them up. Therefore, he can't pick up my daughter the day of and wanted to ask if I could take her. I said absolutely not, and asked why he can't pick her up the day before when she got off of school. He said he doesn't want to make the drive twice. I asked why can't the bride pick up her parents, and he said that she'll be getting her hair done and won't be able to. I laughed and told him there was no way I'd take my daughter and that he'd have to figure it out. Boy, why did I say that? My daughter ran downstairs crying, face beat red, 10 minutes after my conversation with her dad, calling me terrible and accusing me of not wanting her to spend time with her dad. I told her that's not the case, and she demanded to know why I couldn't take her. I couldn't give her an answer, and she ran upstairs crying. Now I'm getting messages from his family calling me heartless and cold and many other names for trying to, quote, ruin his special day over a relationship that is long over. My family understands my point of view, but I feel terrible that I've upset my daughter. I don't know what to do. Am I in the wrong? No, girlfriend.
No, I don't think so.
I'm saying no because at first, if you heard me say, I was like, I might think this person's in the wrong. But after reading the story, I'm sorry. If you cheated on this woman, you then get married to the woman you cheated with. I figure it out. Figure it out. Because that woman shouldn't have to suffer on that day and all that jazz when she shouldn't have to. She just shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you want your daughter at that wedding so bad and your daughter wants to be at that wedding so bad, you find a way to get your daughter there.
Uber,
You pay
Lyft.
for Uber.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like the dad should have still taken the initiative to put his daughter first and try to get his daughter there. And the in-laws should have Ubered from the airport.
Yeah, and you
They
could
have
have done that.
taxis there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
The in-laws can literally Uber. They can Lyft. They can taxi. They can, I don't know, call
Anything
someone
else. Like, it just doesn't make sense of why you would prioritize them over your daughter when your daughter they said that she's still in school, so I'm assuming that she's high school, middle school
She's
age.
14.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's 14. So it's just like she can't. I would be comfortable at 14 going in an Uber by myself.
You can't. They made the rules you have to be 18 to get into an Uber.
Oh, I didn't even know that. You said that poor girl can't even Uber, and
So
I understand why her mom wouldn't want to go.
Can Uber?
The grown-ups.
The in-laws.
Yes, for sure.
I'm sorry. No. I feel bad for the daughter because she has no clue.
My question is,
But at
for,
that point, I would have told the daughter.
I was gonna say she's 14. You could tell her, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
my question would be, for the person you are now marrying, does she not have any siblings, any friends, like no relatives that are available to just get in their car and help out by picking up the in-laws.
Right.
Yeah, literally.
There's
Like
no one-
nobody can do it. That I find that very hard to believe.
And once again, Uber.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Taxi.
literally anything. Like those things exist. And I, honestly, like, and when he's like, he doesn't want to tell her that he cheated. Of course he doesn't want to tell her that he cheated.
I mean,
But
who
I'm sorry,
would?
you lost any right to that decision
When you
when you
cheated.
cheated.
Yeah.
Real. Like, I just don't like. Do you think you're entitled to any type of say in this?
Compensation.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, there are some people out there that will.
And he probably is one of those people. I don't feel bad. I feel bad for the daughter because she has no
Yeah.
clue. But I don't feel bad for him.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Very sad.
You get married and you get your daughter there, where your daughter doesn't see you get married to the woman you cheated with. Sorry.
It's almost like the
That's
Adam Levine
trauma.
story that's going on right now.
I didn't know there was an Adam.
Yeah, I was
Levine.
gonna
Oh yeah, nah, that story is that
Did he
story is
cheat?
Adam Levine
Adam, no.
cheated on
Damn.
his Victoria's Secret wife.
How are you gonna cheat on your?
Ooh.
That's how you know it has nothing to
he
do with
did?
looks.
Wait, it's even better. He did not just cheat on her. We all found out because the girl he was cheating on posted a video on TikTok with receipts. And on top of it all,
No.
it got even worse because he DM'd her and asked her, could he name his newborn child or soon to be child after the girl that he had an affair with?
You're joking.
I swear.
I'm stunned. Like,
It's all over TikTok,
woman
all
was
over
too
social
stunned to
media.
see.
no, fully. Like,
Yeah.
on my face, but I'm like,
Adam Levine.
The God. I mean, like I used to hold him in such respect, but low key,
Hey, but
low
not
key, and his wife is a VS model. Everyone,
That's how you know it has nothing to do with what the woman looks like.
seriously, it's
Nothing.
about the dirtball mindset of just wanting to be that guy.
Women don't, and men, men get cheated on too.
Girls,
Don't ever
gays,
think
and
that you're
nays.
too ugly. That's not the problem. The
It's-
problem is the person.
yeah, it's always the
Real.
person. It's always the person.
If you
Unfortunately,
leave your relationship.
People said in the chat marooned. And I, oh, God.
no longer is it Maroon 5, it's Marooned 5.
Marooned his last maroon. Let me tell you what.
my
You
God.
marooned your last 5.
I mean, listen, I'm surprised cancel culture hasn't gotten to him yet, but we'll probably give it a couple of days, maybe on next Tuesday. That could be a topic for our Reddit pile. But when I saw that, I was like,
It's
Adam?
also the fact that he's been married since 2014.
Yeah.
And they have 2 daughters already who are 4 and 5.
Yeah, this is number 3. This is kid 3.
It's like the same thing like with this situation and with the Adam Levine situation. It's just, do you not recognize what you have going on for you already?
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad, but we do have to vote. Is the Reddit user in the wrong?
No,
No,
Nah,
absolutely
not
not.
at all.
The
And-
husband was in the wrong when he cheated.
Yeah.
Get yourself together.
Figure it out.
Get your act together, guys.
Go to therapy. Tell your daughter so she can be mad at you too.
Yeah,
No, literally.
he deserves some
Feel
burnout.
like
Just a suggestion.
It is all a suggestion.
But honestly,
A very strong suggestion.
but honestly, I'm gonna say I'm always right.
And Reddit agrees with you, Gabi.
Yes, of course Reddit agrees with me because I'm always right.
On that note, we're gonna let all of this messiness sink in while we go for a little break. And when we come back, we got some more entertainment stuff for you. Stay tuned.
I'm not in love, but I don't hate you.
And hi Facebook.
Period.
We're back.
Period.
We just had a really great conversation about messy relationships and dirtball men. And we're gonna
Barbie.
Barbie. We're gonna continue that conversation by talking about this situation with Adam Levine a little bit more. So, an Instagram model claims that she had an affair with Maroon 5's Adam Levine, and that after they had stopped speaking, he wrote to ask if he could name his baby after her. Sumner Stroh, who has just under 350,000 Instagram followers, made the allegations in a TikTok video posted yesterday. She claimed she saw the married singer for about a year, but didn't clarify when. Levine's wife is a Victoria's Secret model, Behati Prinsloo. I hope I said that right.
You did.
Stroh said in a video, quote, "I was having an affair with a man who was married to a Victoria's Secret model. At the time, I was young, naive, and I mean, quite frankly, I felt exploited," end quote. Levine said has been married to Prinsloo since 2014. The couple announced this month that they are expecting their third child. They have 2 daughters who are 4 and 5. In her TikTok video, Stroh shared in a screenshot of an Instagram DM that Levine had allegedly sent her after she stopped talking to him over a period of months. The message reads, quote, "Okay, serious question. I'm having another baby, and if it's a boy, I really want to name it Sumner. You okay with that? Dead serious, end quote." She also showed screenshots of flirty Instagram DM exchanges with what appeared to be Levine's account. This just gets messier and messier. Emo, you are unmuted as well if you want to chime in on this messy situation, but feel
Because
free.
honestly, what do heck?
What?
Yeah, sorry to ruin your day, Emo.
I was
Sorry.
not expecting this.
It's okay. We
and,
wanted to see if
my-
you wanted to be included regardless.
Yeah,
Adam
I
Levine is
appreciate it.
cheating on
Um,
his wife.
my mom is very
heartbroken.
disappointed in him.
Jody,
No.
Jody, we are also very
We're
disappointed in him.
very disappointed. I didn't expect this. I must admit, I haven't necessarily sat down and thought about Adam Levine in a moment.
That's
but this
real.
is not how I wanted to.
And you want to know
Now
why
I'm
I haven't sat
sitting
down and
here
thought about
thinking
Adam
about it.
Levine?
Why?
Because he's messy.
Oh,
He's in misery.
He's marooned his last 5. He's in misery.
Wait, okay, just to play devil's advocate here.
Stop it.
Wait,
No
wait,
more.
wait. Hold on. Listen to what I'm gonna ask. This is a very serious question to you, ladies, because I just am a guy, so I have to at least speak for the men. Is there any place for accountability with the young lady Sumner for knowing it's him? He's married. You should have said, no, I don't want to be involved. Because she said it was a year-long affair. So you knew for a year he was married with kids.
She's definitely also in the wrong. They're both in the wrong.
Am I in the wrong? Yes, you are.
Yes,
Yes, you are.
She was naive in that quote, but like it's Adam Levine. Like it's more than just
Yeah, like
Right.
look up anything you want about Adam Levine when like literally just by the search of his name.
Yeah, and arguably, I think a little bit more responsibility and accountability falls on him because he's the one with the family and the children. So he should already go in with that mindset of like, okay, if this person's gonna come on to me, I should be shutting that down so quick.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that,
Yeah.
and that's why in that situation, I feel like he should also obviously both should be accountable, but it's also he has a lot more
To lose.
to lose. Not to
Honestly-
say that Sumner doesn't, but at the same time, she doesn't have 3 kids.
The worst part of it is then that he wants to name his third child after.
I was that
so
for me was
weird.
what blew me away. I was like,
Like-
okay, cool, you had the affair.
That has nothing to do with her just like living.
Yeah,
That has
like-
to do with him.
go and act like it. He added dead serious. That was like,
All
what?
caps, dead serious.
What? My
Like-
G, come
like,
on,
bro.
bro.
I'm sorry.
Which
And
just shows that he really doesn't care about what he's doing in this situation.
Or
It's
he's
just
just
like
not thinking.
Yucky.
that's true that he could not be thinking about. At the same time, it's just like he just seems very aware of what's going on to the point where he's just willing to just name the kid after the person he's having an affair with. And I just feel like that's so icky.
I am still too stunned
That's
to
so
have
stra-
any coherent
like,
thoughts about this.
It's so strange. Like, think about that. Like, every day if this happened without ever getting out, every day that you wake up, him and his wife, or at least him, you're gonna call your kid and think about the woman you had an affair with. Like that for me is what blows me away. Like, what?
I think I need to go into Photoshop and Photoshop a picture of Adam Levine
As our new face of messy section.
as yes, and I'm
look
gonna
at
put
that.
it in our script because he is the definition of messy.
Yeah, this is like absolutely
WMFC. We're messy.
W
Stays chaotic. Anyway,
Stays very chaotic.
SCC.
W messy CC.
Yeah.
I
Definitely reach out to us on the socials, people, and let us know what you guys think.
I'm gonna put a poll
Yes.
on the Instagram.
Yes, I'm gonna put a poll also. We got to get that figured out.
WMSC radio.
Ooh.
I know that one.
You know that one? I know
Yeah.
that one too. 'Cause
Whoa.
I run it. Anyway. But I think
Oh.
that's what I'm gonna put a poll out for. Is
Yeah.
Adam Levine in the wrong?
You have to put
Should
this
he-
picture.
Should Adam Levine name his child Summer?
And
You definitely have to use this
So
picture in our
gross.
script.
Oh, I will.
There's
I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna put like
Facebook
makeup on
can't see
it.
our script right now, but like this picture of
Just a
Adam Levine is
picture of-
vile. Also, I just feel like, just to end this off, that anybody would dream to be with a Victoria's Secret model or like any type of model. Like I feel like people are just like, yeah, I
would kill
like that's like, if, don't murder her, please.
I won't.
But regardless,
Laris just keeps putting pictures.
Adam
in our
Levine, you
script.
need to be more grateful. Gabby, please talk about this next story. because
Okay.
this is stressing me out.
So we need to get past Adam because we have bigger, better things to be talking about.
We got bigger fish to fry in
We got bigger
Malibu.
things to talk about. Are you ready? Trisha paid us, y'all.
The next Barbie doll just came out, y'all.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Okay, anyways.
Oh no.
Trisha paid us, guys. We know our problematic queen Trisha. We love her though, in a weird way. She finally had her baby.
What? I wonder what
It's
she
both.
named.
I think it's she, they. Yeah. Trisha Paytas has finally welcomed her daughter Malibu Barbie.
Wow.
Her first name is Malibu Barbie.
Wow.
Anyways, if you don't know who Trisha Paytas is, have you been living under a rock? She is a YouTuber, a TikToker, all around internet influencer who used to do mukbangs on YouTube and eat food with me. It was fantastic, and cry. And honestly, that's just me. She just recorded it. But she had her first child. Wow. She's Paytas is 34. And she finally announced the birth of her daughter on Friday on Instagram and Twitter. Now, this is actually iconic because there was rumors going around that she had her baby beforehand, but she actually didn't. But these are all rumors, and she was really upset about it, actually. She was incredibly upset about it because she's like, I just want my baby to be born into this world, whatever, unproblematic, which I thought was very mature of Trisha. Anyways, the baby was born on Wednesday, and the baby weighed 8.9 pounds. That's a heavy baby. I was heavier, but that's a heavy baby. And the girl's name, once again, is Malibu Barbie Paytas Hackman. Okay. Everybody's probably like, why would you name your daughter Malibu Barbie? But if you've ever seen Trisha Paytas, I feel like this name is very tame compared to what she could have named her kid.
Do you remember when she had the bright pink, like, cheap thing?
She got bright pink everything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she got a lot of bright, like, cheap
It's like Malibu
things.
Barbie. Honestly, I saw it and I was like, actually, it's very fitting for the child of Trisha Paytas.
Mom and Dad, I promise you I won't do this.
No. Oh God. But here's the thing. It's Trisha. Like, your normal person would not name your child Malibu Barbie. But Trisha Paytas, makes sense.
I've never watched. I've like seen highlights and people talk about her, but I've never like watched her YouTube channel or anything.
Such is enigma the right word? She is so interesting to pay attention to. Like, honestly, I kind of want to do a whole research project on her because she's so problematic, and yet I love her so much.
I feel
Does that
like
make
you
sense?
may be in the minority in saying that.
No, like, I hate her,
Mhm.
but I love her because the problematic in her is so funny because she knows she's problematic. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's
She's
real.
aware of it, and she'll apologize if she does something really wrong, and she'll make jokes about things. Like if people are coming at her making jokes, she jokes with them. And like I said, she's such an enigma because like I don't understand, but I do.
But I do. That's the thing.
And I love her and I hate her all at once. And her naming her daughter Malibu Barbie is everything to me.
I'm worried about the kid going to school.
Mhm.
I think that's my main concern. It's just like
Mhm.
imagine
No,
like
I'm not worried because the kid's mom is Trisha Paytas.
but like
That
that's
alone
why
would get
I'm
you.
worried.
No, but that's
Gabby.
the thing is the name is nothing. Your mom is Trisha Paytas. Worry about that.
I don't think it's gonna be a public school scenario. There's no way.
No, not at
Like,
all.
sending
Not
your
at all.
You know how
maybe.
famous she has become over the years.
Oh, that's
That
true.
it's yeah,
Child's
I agree
not
with
homeschooled.
Laura. She said in the group message that homeschooled. I could see homeschooled or even like where does
I
Trisha
hope not.
where does Trisha is she a Californian? Yeah, well, California has some of the best private schools out there.
That's
So
real.
Emo just texted me a screenshot of a text that her mom sent her. Jody, you queen.
Jody, you rascal.
And Jody said, I almost named you Malibu Barbie, but changed my mind at the last second.
oh my goodness.
I love Jody McCormack.
Disclosure, Malibu Barbie is actually Barbie's like real name. So
Which I
Barbie
didn't know.
is not just her name.
Malibu Barbie.
So yeah, just to let people know.
Know if Trisha is gonna make little like musical like videos because she like to sing musicals.
No.
I hope she does with the baby.
If you thought Kylie was crazy with
Oh my
posting her using her child as a marketing tool,
Rise and shine.
This poor kid's gonna have some trauma.
I'm so excited.
I feel like Malibu is kind of a cute name, but like
Honestly
it's,
though,
like if you're
it's
just
kinda
saying
cute, right?
Malibu as a first name,
yeah,
yeah,
that's not bad.
that's
valid.
awful. Like I think it's the middle name that's just like, oh,
Yeah.
your mom
But
made you a
Barbie is
meme.
also a name. See, that's the thing. It's
It-
like Malibu can be a name alone, and Barbie can be a name alone. Yes.
Yeah, like Barbie Ferreira.
Like Barbie Ferreira.
Oh, I thought it was like
yeah.
Barbara, short of her Barbara, because isn't Barbie's real name
That's true,
Barbara?
too. Yes, but I
That's
mean,
true,
it's still
too.
a name.
Is
you
it?
know?
Barbara's real name is Barbara, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, Barbie's her nickname.
And Ken was actually her brother.
What?
No, we're not doing that today. We're not doing that one today. We are definitely not doing that one today. No.
Barbie created it based off of his kids.
All right, and
All right.
our next section.
Move on.
Anyway,
That is such a wow.
you didn't know that? Now you do. Congratulations.
Wow.
You know what?
Since we're talking about like problematic celebrities,
Hey Kanye,
Oh,
how you doing over there?
how is he doing?
Are you?
Still my goat.
You're awfully quiet over there, Kanye.
Still my goat.
Kanye is my Trisha Paytas for you. Kanye.
He's such an enigma.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Still my goat. I got you, yay.
I can't claim this one over here. I'm pointing at X. I can't claim him.
It's fine. I'll take every solid shot. I've been a fan since I was a kid with the gospel rap when I was growing up. So
Well,
I
you
like
got
his
it. At
music.
least someone's
Don't get me
listening.
wrong. I don't mind Kanye's music. I hate him as a person.
Yeah,
I despise him.
I mind Kanye,
it
but
is very different. I will
maybe
say.
More than Kanye.
maybe Trisha Paytas can send her kid to this private school if it's not crazy. I don't know.
Kanye's got a private school?
Yeah, you
Hear about it?
Kanye has this mysterious new private school thing going on, so we're gonna talk about it for a little bit. So Kanye West's latest ambitious venture may be his most surprising and most mysterious. According to Rolling Stone, he's moving into the education field with Donda Academy, his own private school named after his late mother, Professor Donda West. Headquartered in Simi Valley, California, the tuition-based Christian prep school's mission, according to its website, is to, quote, prepare students to become the next generation of leaders through an of integrity and care, end quote. West previously teased the idea of a school back in October 2020 under the name Yeezy Christian Academy. West returned to Instagram earlier this month to share photos of students decked out in school uniforms consisting entirely of his Yeezy and Gap designs. He also complained about his 4 children not attending the school. West plans to open up campuses across the country alongside a Donda University. The school has shared little information about its academics beyond what's on its sparse website, an anomaly when compared to the area's top private schools that detail their staff, classes, and other programs. The Academy's website merely notes that students' daily schedule includes, quote, full school worship, core classes of language arts, math, and science, lunch and recess, enrichment courses including world language, visual art, film, choir, and parkour. End quote.
Parkour class?
Parkour class.
That would be kind of fun. Oh, that was someone owes somebody a drink now.
Why did we
Can you get me a drink? I haven't had my Red Bull yet today.
I have Red Hawk dollars.
Oh, cute.
But regardless, how are you feeling about this whole new venture for Kanye?
If we're being honest,
Hmm.
I don't think it will be successful.
I don't think so either.
I think he should probably leave the education to his late mother, Professor Donda West.
R.I.P. Queen.
R.I.P. Queen. You raised a legend.
Yeah.
You really did.
You raised a very interesting man. But
legend. He's a legend.
I'm very choosy with my words.
No, he's definitely a legend. Just because he's not everyone's favorite doesn't mean he's not a legend.
Okay.
I think he should leave the education to her. I don't think he's somebody who should be educating the youth. I stand by that statement. Stick to music, please.
Yeah.
I beg.
But like, who else was a celebrity that opened a school? Was it Shaq?
P.
Trump
Diddy.
University.
P. Diddy. LeBron James also has his.
LeBron James. That's who I was thinking of. And I think LeBron James' school has been pretty successful. No, I think it's been working out.
Yeah, they're pretty good. LeBron has it set up to where like the students get a full ride after they graduate his school for college, and they're helping out like their parents if they want to go back to school.
That's like different than what Kanye was trying to do.
I'm sorry,
But-
I cannot take any school seriously that's uniform consists of Yeezys.
Yeah,
I just can't do it.
Wait, but real quick.
I
Think about it. If you went to a Catholic school growing up, you had a
did.
uniform.
I did.
I hate
And so,
Yeezys.
but the thing is for him is he wants to be able to set his stuff up to be more influential so that he could his clothing lines and stuff, because he came out recently and said that he wanted actually all the clothes with Gap to be $20.
Okay.
So like
That's respectful.
the prices and everything were not what he wanted, but like I know for most people this seems out of left field, but he had been talking about this due to the fact that like his mom was such a big influence as a teacher to him. She like moved him out to China and stuff.
Respect certain aspects of it. But I also think some people just need to learn to stay in their lane.
As long as he's not not the teacher,
But it's
I think
He said, as long
no,
as
but
he
see,
stays away from the
he's
kids.
not like I don't think he's actually doing anything but funding and then having his team of people that he works with find the best teachers and all that kind of stuff. I think it's more just he's attaching his name to it to make it more of
Imagine
a
he's the
thing.
principal and like they just send the kids to Kanye when they do something bad.
Oh my goodness, that would be hilarious.
Stop,
I would
because
get in
I'm
trouble all the time. I would literally get in trouble all the time on purpose.
imagining my high school vice principal,
What was his name?
Mr. Redmond.
Shout out
Shout out
Mr.
Mr.
Redmond.
Redmond. I'm imagining him, but like Kanye. You know, he was like, my vice principal used to go, "Where's your ID?" And I just imagine Kanye going, "Where's your ID?"
And like, just a slight difference.
Just a slight difference, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, and he's like, "Now for detention, you gotta go and you gotta go listen to Love Yourself."
Oh my God. I feel like it's important to note that like what you were saying in
Diddy
terms
scoop.
of
For an hour,
you
gotta listen to it.
that's a war, like that's like war torture.
Crime.
That's fully a crime. But I think it's important to emphasize what you said in terms of like as long as he's kind of funding it and putting money towards it and getting the resources that these kids need, I think it's acceptable and respectable, but I also don't appreciate the vagueness of what is going on. And I think that's why I kind of agree with Gabi in terms of saying, I don't think this could be that successful because like it almost seems like it's an idea with no plan. like
Mhm.
a ship with no sail.
The only reason why I believe he won't fail is when has he ever said he's gonna do something
you
and it's
said-
never
He said he
happened?
was gonna run for president.
I mean, okay, so that's the one. He
and
did
he-
run, but he did run and he
and
got
he
a couple
did-
votes on the ballot. He didn't win.
Fail.
but that's the first time I think in his life he said he came up as a music producer, said want to be a rapper. Nobody believed him, made that happen. Said he wanted to get in fashion, made that happen. Said he wanted to marry Kim, made that happen.
And then they got divorced.
That's true, but I think this venture it may take a while for it to be more detailed and to work out better. But like I see he has the basketball team already set up for the school, and those kids that are on that team, they've actually gotten like looks from G League basketball teams in the NBA, and the G League is like the minor leagues for the NBA. So like all those kids have said like they've enjoyed their entire opportunity they were given being at Donda Academy. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope it works for him because like you don't want it to fall flat and like all those students lose out on an opportunity to like further their education.
Those students are just gonna go to a different private school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because think about how much money that private school probably costs.
Yeah, well, I wonder what the tuition would be.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like
Maybe-
you have to buy a bunch of Yeezys to get in.
It's like a subscription. If only they would put it on the website. But
Subscribe to
kidding.
Yeezy.com or Adidas.com.
Yeah, that would
He
be
doesn't have a
so funny
relationship
if
with
they did
Adidas
that.
any longer,
We
but
will at some point, but he won't actually do that, by the way. I please don't. Okay.
anyways, we're gonna let that sit while we take a really, really short break. But we got more for you here on the morning buzz. Stay tuned. I can't find the mouse cursor.
I'm Jack Powers, and this is my song, Skin Deep.
Yeah, Jack Powers.
if it makes Terry
And we are back here on the Morning Buzz, and we got some more weird stuff to talk about today. And you know what I'm thinking about right now? Why would you ever go to a concert like today? Today is the MCR concert in Newark. Why go there when you can just go to your local Sonic Drive-In?
That's a vibe.
That sounds like a vibe, right?
I could go for a chili cheese dog.
Hi, it's Lara, your producer here. Sonic doesn't have Gerard Way, so I don't want it.
Neither does the
Thanks.
MCR concert.
What? Wait, what? I'm going tomorrow.
I'm going today.
Everybody is stunned.
What do I know about Gerard Way?
Yes.
I don't know. What do you know about Gerard?
I don't know. I've written like 3 fan fictions about him, so I don't.
That's a
wanna talk about
problem.
it.
For all the people that aren't watching live, Gabi has stunned 2/3 of the group right now. Like people are staring at her right now, just like
Shifted.
mouth wide open. Like, Gabi, what's going on here?
Gerard Way. I hit him. I hit him. He's hiding.
You can keep him today. Can you bring him back tomorrow? I need to.
No, actually, I'm hiding him for eternity.
Forever. Maybe you'll find him at your local Sonics.
I'm bringing him to the.
That would be
Sonic.
perfect. You could go listen to him and get yourself a nice burger with fries and chili cheese dog,
You
like
know,
Gabi said.
I like it. Just like
I could
listen
really
to-
go for some wings and a chili cheese dog.
That sounds really good.
It sounds so good, right?
But let's get
Anyways.
into the details of this story. So, according to The Hill, the hardcore punk scene and the fast casual dining scene have continued to inch closer and closer in recent years, which I didn't know. Really interesting. This happened after 2 viral concerts at Denny's restaurants in California and Texas, and now after a hardcore show at a Sonic drive-in. The Sonic restaurant, located in Hainesport, New Jersey, played a host to a concert on Saturday night with bands rocking out beside the intercoms and fans moshing in the drive-in stalls. According to a flyer for the concert, hardcore bands such as Gel Scout, Exhibition, Chemical Fix, and Phantom performed. The show was scheduled to begin immediately after the restaurant closed at 10 p.m. Even after one of the attendees appeared to be eating a Sonic corn dog during Exhibition's set. An employee at the restaurant told Nexstar about a manager at the Sonic drive-in who knew about the booking arrangements. Sonic's corporate headquarters, meanwhile, did not respond to requests for further information. Would you go to this? I
Yes.
think I would.
If Kanye was there.
No,
If we're being honest,
I would go.
our roommate went. Me and Lara's roommate went.
Really?
Yes, Lauren went, and she.
To this one,
Yes,
how did it? Tell me
she
what
said
she
it was crazy. Like it was,
Really?
yeah. Like the people in the punk scene go like literally hardcore. Like it says hardcore punk. Like they go hardcore
in the Denny's parking lot.
in the Sonic drive-in.
Or not the Denny's. Well, yeah, one of them was a Denny's, but Sonic too.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
they go like extremely hard during these concerts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, she's like, it was almost too much for her. Like that's how crazy they go.
Lara just it's funny to imagine this at the Red Hawk Diner.
Hey, shout out to these restaurants. They're transforming with the times. You gotta find a way to keep yourself relevant.
But the restaurants are wanting.
I mean,
I honestly would love to go to a concert while eating a Sonic hot dog.
if I
Real.
could go to Chipotle, get myself a Chipotle burrito, and watch like Baby Keem or Kendrick Lamar,
That'd be.
I would be down.
That sounds like a fever dream.
That
I'd
does
be
feel kind of like
down.
a fever
I'd
dream.
be very down for that. So
Honestly,
I'm going
Yeah.
back to MCR. I just learned the concert is tonight, and I forgot about it. So
oh wow.
you
I
don't
have-
deserve to go to
No,
the
I
concert.
have the ticket. I thought it was tomorrow.
You don't
my
deserve to go to the concert.
I have the ticket. I just texted my friend who's supposed to bring me. I totally forgot about it.
Oh,
so.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to us for
Last-
reminding her on the
I had a
date.
friend, so
Is gonna be at the concert tonight too.
But not tonight or tomorrow.
tonight.
Because tonight will be.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That was good.
Oh, yeah.
That was super good.
Any hoot.
Do you think, okay, if MCR were to perform at a fast food joint, where would that be?
Wendy's. I don't Wendy's.
Because then Gerard Way, I feel like, could wear the Wendy's outfit
And I
Put his
think
hair
that-
in some braids.
Yeah, I think
Actually,
good.
low key, if MCR is gonna perform anywhere, I feel like
A McDonald's because
no, I feel like low key, what would work for them is a KFC.
Really?
I'm thinking Arby's.
Or no, you know
No,
what? Arby's would be good. Arby's
would be the way to go.
Arby's would be the way to go.
Meats.
We have the Gerard way.
We have the MCR.
Oh my
That
goodness.
doesn't flow at all. But regardless, I like Arby's. I like Wendy's. I like Wendy's more just because I want to see Gerard Way in the costume
With the braids.
Yes.
Imagine them at Chick-fil-A.
I
I'd
feel
hope
like
not.
that would probably be some sort of riot or
That would be
something.
a riot.
I
Oh my
think
God.
I feel like it
You know the
wouldn't.
song that's like, "It's not a riot." Yeah, that's a good song.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what else is what got me into a riot a long time ago?
What?
A stingray.
Ouch. Please. No.
Yeah.
Say it isn't so.
And the reason why?
That's really triggering.
You know why?
Why?
He took away a cult hero.
That's true.
But
We're talking about Steve Irwin.
By the way,
everyone,
if you
because,
didn't know,
you know, an icon, a legend, a real legend who isn't mentally ill, Gabby. Yeah.
it's okay.
legends can be mentally ill.
I
They
still
can
got
be.
you.
I'm mentally ill and I'm a legend.
I cannot confirm nor deny. Cannot confirm nor deny.
Followed that was very unsettling.
Yeah. I know you're hurt.
Still love you, Gab. We still love you.
Painful.
Oh.
Wow.
What's
that
going
really
on
hurt.
with this Australian Steve Irwin situation?
Moving on,
Please.
completely.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
I'm so upset.
We still love you though. We still love you.
Really, just I'm upset. Anyway, fine.
you.
Australians. Let's talk about Australians
She's
now.
saying it as she cries.
Australians want Steve Irwin on their money and not King Charles. I don't blame you. Australians have been suggesting iconic Aussie celebrities to replace the Queen on the country's banknotes, with zookeeper and national treasure Steve Irwin being a popular choice. The British monarch is Australia's head of state and features on the wow, I cannot speak. Features on the country's currency. See, I can speak.
You did it.
Following the Queen's death on September 8th, the Australian National Bank announced the next day that King Charles III will appear on their $5 notes in the late monarch's place. The same goes for coins that will be minted with King Charles' portrait. The image will face left, the opposite direction of his predecessor. A 17th century tradition says that direction must alternate when there is a new monarch. This woman literally died, and the next day they said, time to take her off the money.
Yeah.
That's upsetting. Anyways, this change will not be implemented straight away, with the coins to be circulated in 2023 and the notes, though no date has been confirmed for this, so no needs to fret about getting their money changed. Despite these plans, it hasn't stopped calls from Aussies for a different face to appear on their country's cash, and the late Steve Irwin seems to be the most requested name. Irwin, otherwise known as the Crocodile Hunter, died in September 2006 after he was struck in the chest by a stingray barb. So, X is very upset about
He's
this.
getting very emotional.
So I don't understand why they changed the face on the money anyways. America still has those old dudes on our dollars.
I mean,
And we haven't changed
capitalism.
that.
Capitalism.
No, but that's what, but like
our more patriotic folk would probably argue with you, but I agree with you.
those old dudes
Yeah.
on the dollar.
Mhm.
They probably are like
They're still on
important
the
or something.
dollar.
Old dudes. The ones on the dollar are the ones that are patriotic and fighting for those
No.
dollar ones.
The old one.
The old, yeah, I think we're talking about there's a lot of people on our money that probably
That
can be
Are
updated.
long far gone.
Yeah.
And we don't update it, but
And
they
like-
update literally the second the queen dies after ruling for how many years?
Wait,
70 something years.
Weren't we supposed to
It was
get?
just like, bye.
Weren't we supposed to get what's her name on a? Yeah, we were supposed to get Harriet Tubman on like a dollar or some coin.
No,
they don't want to change anything.
That's
kinda
real.
just-
Exactly. So but Australia's over here ready to, you know,
make change.
They said make change with their new money.
They said the day after too, like
She's a legend, everybody. She's a legend. She is a legend.
this is a good moment to recognize that
CAPS is a resource we have on Montclair State University campus. CAPS is counseling and psychological services here at Montclair State.
I think I need to go.
And you know,
Therapy.
I'm not
Mom,
gonna tell you what to
friends.
do,
Mom,
but I'm letting
coming
you all I'm letting you all know out there in Red Hawk world that it's there.
You know who I'd be down with being my
And I stare
therapist?
down Gabi.
You know who I'd be down with being my therapist? I would say
Them.
I want Jody to be my therapist.
Love for Jody to be my therapist.
I would love for Jody to be my therapist.
I have a therapist. I see her today. Okay.
I'm so glad.
So I have a lot to talk about with my
But I
therapist.
feel like
An hour is not enough.
I wouldn't want Jody to be my therapist because she's so busy being a girl boss mom queen, and I feel like she doesn't have enough time for a lowly college student because she's saving the world.
No, I just
Wait,
don't want
No,
Jody
I'm
to,
gonna unmute you, Emo.
She'll
Go
do
ahead,
it. She'll
please.
do it. She got you all. Tuesday Buzz.
There you go.
I'm getting
There you
updates from
go.
her. She's enjoying this.
I
just
don't want
see
I don't want Jody to judge me.
Jody doesn't judge except for
Jody
when
would
she
never-
does.
I know, and that's great. But
I
like
love that.
if she was my therapist, she would judge.
No, I
No,
don't
As would,
judge.
as would
Judge
most
Jody.
parents.
Been on my therapy sessions. I promise she would.
most parents do anyways. At the end of the day, they don't say it always, but they'll just be like, why?
What does like?
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice here
Okay.
on
Yeah.
90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
Wow.
Mhm.
Is that what we're listening to right
That's
now?
what we're listening to right now.
Wow.
At 9 in the morning. And you know
Oh my
what
gosh, it's
happens at
9.
9 in the morning?
We
The
gotta go
sadness.
say goodbye.
We have to say
Yeah.
goodbye and farewell to our listeners out there. Thank you so
I'm
much
so sad.
for sitting with us today for this show. We had a lot to throw at you today, but we are so happy to do it.
Always.
Arigato.
I'm so
Thank you
sad.
so much.
I'm gonna cry.
The show is over, but we're here all week if you feel like tuning in. Same time tomorrow.
Hit us up on the socials.
If you feel like it.
People.
If you feel like it. But we are off. Have a great day, everybody.
You're listening to
Tell them
90.3
to
WMSC
follow us